Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of the UBports Ubuntu Touch Q&A, episode number 136. This is Alfred speaking here, live from not at home and nowhere otherwise that you would expect. But tonight with me, or today, however you see it, are Apley.
Hello.
And Muhammad.
Hello.
All right, let's start this great show here with a little bit of UBports Foundation membership news. Again, like last time, we would like to give you the opportunity to join the UBports board of trustees. Become a foundation trustee. And for that, we need a little bit of information from you. First of all, you can send the application to membership@ubports.com. And the email should include the following. First, it needs your legal name, your full legal name. Second, it needs the parent consent if you're underage. Third, a statement that you're actually allowed to become a trustee member in your jurisdiction, because we are a foundation based under German law. Then what your contributions to Ubuntu Touch and the UBports community have been. It includes, but is not limited to, translations, app development, user support, etc. And last but not least, tell us your intended continuation of contributions, at least for the next 6 months. I really hope that, we're lacking some people here, and I personally would like to see more people join the boat. And let's make sure that we can actually function as required by the laws here, so that we can stay afloat.
Yeah, and I did my duty. Last time I promised that I will send my application, and I did, and it was approved. So great! I will be a trustee. I think it will be official in somewhere in April. So great.
Very good. Very good. So, should we just straight up head over to the news?
Let's go to the news. I see there is some things that has been done regarding the port to Noble. Some minor fixes, I guess, or maybe not minor, but some fixes. Not a lot of activity I see in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, especially the fact that we do have the ability to build against 2404 Ubuntu archive now, and the libraries that are shipped as part of the 2404 library archive. This allows us to make sure that the packages that we maintain are able to be used on 2404, built as a target against that. And we're slowly but surely getting together all the dependencies that are missing, that might have gotten lost during the transition from 2004 to 2404, so that compiling everything works seamlessly with the dependencies that we require, or that our software requires. But we're slowly getting the ball rolling, and we hope that soonish we have more than just a Devil Dash Noble branch in our apt repositories.
Yeah, that's great, because the official release is in April, so we are sure to be ready beforehand, so it's not 2 years later.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's really great to see this kind of progress. The move to 2004 was a really hard one, and congratulations to everyone involved in this activity, because that's really amazing. And now you built the foundation for the future, and so that's great to see that the promises made are held. That's great.
Yeah, it's way easier to upgrade to Noble than it was to Focal. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. There's also some. May I just jump ahead and show something on the screen?
Please.
Okay, let's share the screen and wait a second. This is all live. We might be professionals, but this is, or we might not be professionals, however you want to see it. But we do have the ability soonish to have a light mode. I've started months ago, or actually maybe a year ago or so, with the light mode. And Mohammed has also started picking that one up. Yeah, there is a little bit of a screenshot action here where you can see what it will look like. So here you can see we can have in the future, at least when this is merged, we'll be able to have an all dark shell plus application situation with the dark mode, but also, as we are known or as we are used to it, have the ability to have this mixed mode so that applications can stay in light mode, whereas the shell becomes dark, and also everything in light mode. So you can change that, or you will be able to change that in the future, depending on settings, however you want to do this. And I've started to like this. I've started to like the white shell and also the white icons, and not the white icons, the white application windows. I like them. Gotta admit. I don't know about you. What if you had a chance to say right now what combination is your favorite? What would you choose, Apple and Mohammed? Do you have any opinions here?
Mohammed, go ahead,
For me-
because I'm still undetermined.
For me, it'd definitely be the dark mode, dark apps, and dark shell. I've
Like
just
this.
switched to the dark side. Yeah, it's hard to switch back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
for
believe
me
you
it
have
would be maybe
Yeah.
dark shell and white applications.
Like
Because,
we already have, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And so that means I'll take the all light and all white. Option here.
So something for everyone.
Exactly. So I think we can stop this. And yeah, there we go. This is just a little sneak peek. Also, if I may just mention this right now, the Snap Core or the Snapd team has started looking at some of my patches regarding Ubuntu Touch support, which I've started to rebase on top of current state of the Git history. And it pretty much allows to work with Qt5 and SDL apps on libhybris devices. So I have been able to actually run, what was it again? Yamagi Quake that I've packaged years ago, Quake 2 engine. This one works with EGL and libhybris now as well. And also, what might be interesting to figure out is whether Box64 allows to run Intel applications in this situation, or x86 64-based binaries, so to say, so that you could have, in theory, the whole ecosystem of applications running on an ARM device straight from your phone. So that's something I want to experiment with. But I mean, this looks really good. This looks pretty good. And we're also getting some feedback regarding extra users and other support things in Snapd, which means that the Ubuntu Touch environment will be able to, in the future, generate configuration data for users, whether it's on a read-writable path, so that it's not messing with the read-only file system. And some snaps might depend on it, like cups, for example, the printing service. That one needs to have its own little user setup, and that works with those patches, so that you can actually use cups on Ubuntu Touch in the background.
Yeah, you can print from your phone.
Hey,
That's
some
the
people do that.
future, man.
Some people do that, you know. All right. Do you have anything that you want to bring up?
Yes, I want to bring the open store. I will try to share my screen.
Yes.
Show you that. Because, yeah, that's something really important for us right now.
Yeah.
Applications, because people need application. Okay.
Where is the open store? We don't know. It's hiding from us.
I will do this. And okay, I'm ready.
As you can see, we're well prepared.
Yeah. Is it displayed?
Now it is.
Now it is. Okay, thank you. So yeah, since the last 2 weeks, we have a couple of updates, and Activity Tracker has been already updated again, I think. Maybe not Rock, but I'm not sure. But we have Amazfish, which is also an application to display, to interact with your smartwatch.
Okay.
It was designed to work with Amazfit Bit, and other Mi Band, but it also works with Asteroids OS. So that's a pretty great app. And yeah, we discussed a bit at FOSDEM with the creator, the developer of this app. So good one. Thank you for the update. There's also the Delta Touch, which is a messaging app that I will try to use because this seems interesting to me. A messaging app using your existing email account as an authentication way, I guess. So yeah, it's good to have a different way to communicate. I guess we have teleports that is really great, and we also have what is the name of the small animal?
Which animal?
Mastodon.
For Signal.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, damn. I need to look it up. Sorry. Axolotl.
Axolotl, you mean? All right. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is really a tiny animal.
Yeah.
But,
They're tiny and cute.
In the deep seas. We have also Here Trainers that has been updated, which is a, I guess, unique kind of app. And I think it could be really interesting to, train you here to recognize the right pitch. So
I see. Yeah, if you're a musician or want to be a musician, this might be an interesting thing for you.
Yeah, because some people have perfect pitch, but most of us just have to try and learn. So yeah, it could be great to start. We have also MeetUbo, which is a stream video player using compatible with YouTube, which is still a lot of videos are watched on YouTube, and but it's nice to have something to just display it on your phone, because the YouTube web app is not the best in my opinion.
Yeah,
but some like it, so I'm not here to judge.
But it's different. It's just depending on the flavor that you're more accustomed to.
Yeah. We have also the Sysbench Qt guy. This just allows you to run a bench to see how your phone performs. And you can see that the OnePlus Nord 2 is pretty good. And the Pixel 3a, my one, is just second in this list. So that's pretty good.
My dear Pixel 3 doesn't want to give up.
Yeah. Yeah, so here you can have a way to compare your own device with some other devices that has been already tested by you. And dark and light mode.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, pretty great. We have the open store that has been also updated, which is always great to have some bug fixes and some maintenance. So, and this is the essential apps for me. It's the way for us to install apps. It's better to have something well maintained. The website is pretty great. I like it, and the app is also pretty good. Yeah, and yeah, we have. I think it's neat that you just have the new apps that are updated, and you can. For me, that's my first way to detect new apps that I want to try. It's the new and updated apps. This feature is really helpful. And the URL dispatcher that has been also updated. Thank you, Lionel. And I saw also for the first time in the forum, it was used to help someone to develop his app because the person wanted to just know if to debug the different steps and see if the file were put correctly or not. So the dispatcher app is pretty helpful for this. Okay, that's it.
There we go.
So thanks to all developers for those apps. It keeps the community alive, and yeah, you know that you have a useful phone, and that just bugs will be fixed at some point if it's good enough. If the maintainer is still here, and you can also always fork an app and try to update it yourself. Or yeah, that's a great thing about the community and open source software. So
Definitely.
you can you can update things and make it work for you.
There we go.
And now, Muhammad, it will be the rite of passage. It's time to thank our sponsors.
Sponsors. So thank you to Smooth, Vola, Point64, Private Internet Access, and DigitalOcean, GitLab, OneStine, OCA, Gardner and Associates Consulting, Netlify, CloudRun, CodeLutin, and Gandhi.net for their contributions and sponsorships. They are greatly appreciated, and you're
Also
keeping the
Tixia.
community.
Also Tixia.
Yeah, I missed that. Thank you so much for their sponsorships, and they are keeping UBports running. Without them, I don't see where we'd be without them.
All right, time for the names.
I'm sorry in advance if I managed to butcher your name's pronunciation, but thank you to Athiel, Asmund Kalpang, Boris Flosses, Daniel Franzak, David Thiel, JT Brooks, Jose Angelescura, Keyboards Holding, Kenneth Drew, Linus Rowan, Lothar Ketterer, Mike Adamita, okay. Marco A. Michael Kellner, Peter Mack, Phillips Baisha, okay. Rakesh BK, Robert Haley, Robin Hood, Rudy, Spenderhose, Stephen Kelp, Stephen Granger, Thorafsan, and okay, yeah, I butchered that definitely, and Will Atwood.
There we go.
I'm so sorry if I managed to butcher that. I suck at name pronunciations.
Don't worry
We
about
all
it.
do.
Don't worry. Absolutely no way to worry about this one. All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you, everyone, for your contribution, for your help to and support for the foundation. Yeah, it helps us keep the lights on.
There it is. All right. And also head over to ubports.com/donate if you want to help us as well. If you feel like you're up to it and you want to contribute some or invest some like donation into the whole thing, then you're free to do so by accessing the URL ubports.com/donate. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm sighing about the names. It's this kind of relief thing, whereas Muhammad was actually saying it like, "What? Well done." There we go.
Yeah.
So, should we head over to the questions now?
Yeah, questions we take from the forum. So if you want to ask a question directly, it will be in priority taken from the forum. And today we don't have too many, so we can answer a bunch of questions from the live chat. So don't hesitate there. I will try to read the comments, but I think not so much for now. And Justin just asked about Muhammad and said, yeah, he's here. Alfred, do you want to take the first question, maybe?
Yeah, totally. So, Dom UBPKM asks, is Flowhack's involvement, or Florian's involvement in UBports more in the background now? His communication has been much less visible for quite some long, so to say, time. What can be said? And also, I will combine this with the question of Matteo, who also asks the same about Marius. And what I can say straight out is they have their private lives and they have more responsibilities now to take care of children, family, what have you. And that makes it hard to combine the efforts of Ubuntu Touch with what private life sometimes requires as well, right? So time that is spent on these types of things like family time are probably also more valuable, or at least something of I mean, depends on them. I don't know. I can't speak for them. All I know is they have their private lives and they have things to take care of, and they want to continue. They definitely want to continue with UBports related things, but yeah, that's all I can say about it.
Yeah. So yeah, life being life, it can be complicated at times.
Yeah.
And we want to avoid what happened to Dalton because we cannot push people to invest their time and to the level at which they can just burn out.
We're not a company. We are not a company. You don't have to work yourself to death for that.
Yeah, it's just a phone operating system, so it's just something that didn't exist like 25, 30 years ago. So yeah, really, and that's why also we want to ask for new membership, because that's important to have fresh blood. Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, it is what it is. Should we head over to the next one?
Yeah. So next question is from Inav72. They say, hello, battery management is for me as a new user with the wish to daily use UT. Very important with my new Google Pixel 3a XL. With much care and not much use of the phone, I can make a working day. Are there any improvements? And is the battery management from Droidian BAT? Question mark. Maybe a thing you should look at. Thank you for your great work.
I would say no. Sorry, but we probably don't need Batman. It is a Droidian thing. We have reparity. We have been having it for years, and it's been working great. The thing about the Pixel 3a in particular is that I've had to switch off some power saving mechanisms because they were conflicting with the stability of the phone. So that whenever you put your phone to sleep, it would reboot by itself. So that's the reason why power management right now is not as good as it could be. But it's not RePowerD's fault, or doesn't need a justification to bring over Batman in addition to RePowerD, because that wouldn't make any sense at all anyway. And power management at that level that we are doing with the system compositor, with the shell, with user interaction, with PowerHell things that tell the Helium container to switch on some performance or power saving mechanisms. Those things are already there. It just need the Pixel 3a is just the oddball here because it has a few changes that make it more stable for the cost of power consumption.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a complicated topic also, power management.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
yeah,
patches are, because I just see it in the question again. I would like to see some contributions here of figuring out why the power saving mechanisms I had to disable, why they were actually conflicting with system D and stability and stuff like that. It used to work properly on Xennial. On Focal, we had to disable it for reasons, and just please get in touch with me and we can figure out what is wrong here.
great.
Okay. So the next question, I guess. Yes, so a question from Google. As a UT user in North America, I'm still using Xennial on my Fairphone 2. So far, I did not switch to Focal because, to my understanding, UT does not support 5G on any of the 5G-capable high-end devices, FP4 or FP5. While the Fairphone 4 looks feature complete, it is not clear from the device page whether 5G is supported by Focal. The FOSDEM talk on voice over LTE in UT also dampened my hope that this will be a viable alternative anytime soon. Is there any estimate if 5G will be supported before they pull the plug on 3G and 2G as a fallback in US and Canada? I heard that there is work being done to have a future UT version shipped with FP5 as option. Would this include 5G? Okay, so this is a bit of a complicated question because, to my knowledge, Marius was actually working on 5G and he's gotten it to work to an extent. I'm not sure on the technical details because I don't know much about that, but I have seen development activity on the organization, which seems to hint that at some point, Marius did get 5G working on the FP4.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Maybe it'll be packaged someday, but that's the most I know. I would get it working if we had 5G, but we don't.
Yeah. Oh well, but yeah, 5G support isn't as hard to accomplish as is the case with voice over LTE, because the 5G
Yes.
data transport is, yeah, sure, some way of transporting the data is necessary, but voice over LTE and 5G are separate topics here. So we can have 5G without having voice over LTE, and it's not as far away as voice over LTE might suggest.
Also, 5G is already working in Sailfish. Most of the work has been done there already, but we need voice over near radio, which is basically voice over LTE but for 5G to get that working.
Right.
So most of the work for us is going to be implementing voice over LTE and or voice over near radio.
There we go.
Yeah. And Notkit also showed me some progress on VoLT. So there are some things that work. But, it's hard to have the full stack and the stability and having it to work for most devices. It's actively being working upon.
I mean, not to brag about it, but I did get voice over LTE calls working with Duobango, so the SIP stack. Only receiving calls work for now. Outgoing calls are completely broken, but that is a proof of concept that it works. Most carriers, one thing I've noticed, most carriers would actually try to stop you from doing that. They will try to block their voice over LTE tunnel for you, which will cause your phone to get blocked off the network as well. So that's all fun.
There we go.
Yeah, I guess. And so for the last question from LNG, but it's also a question being asked in the live stream by Christine. So yeah, LNG said AGPS has been an inspiration for the project since the initial canonical effort. Does the sunsetting of the location services from Mozilla affect the feasibility of this feature? So yeah, and I can also display the question by Christian here. So yeah, AGPS. I'm not sure someone is actively working on this feature right now, but maybe I'm wrong. Do you know something on your side?
It is workable. So Marius was also working on that, and I don't think he got any far with it. However, there is that on Helium devices at least, you can use the Android HAL for AGPS since it already includes everything. You just have to pass in your carrier's APN for it to fetch the AGPS data, and it should just work. And it already works on the Fairphone 4. It does download the AGPS data from Qualcomm's extra service, and in some cases, if you're connected over LTE with a supple APN configured, it can result, and most of the time it does result in much faster GPS locks since all of the AGPS data is being handled on the low level, and UT has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and also this is the interesting thing about being able to reuse all the Helium bits and pieces that we rely on the Android devices, where if they are integrated properly, they can provide a very good user experience, including a faster fix with GPS functionality. But we've had this so often, and we want this to work. We definitely want this to work. Just a little harder to pull off sometimes. And also,
basically, we need more people. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, as you said, and as we already answered in the first question, Marius worked on 5G, VoLT, AGPS, and many other things too.
Yeah.
And this is only one person, and we cannot ask one person to be responsible for such important features. So we need more people on board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, we wrapped it for the question from the forum.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions in the live stream?
Or maybe on the Telegram channel. Oh, there we go. There's another one. I will take this one. Are there any serious efforts to put UBports, Ubuntu Touch, to more recent phones? I'm on a Pixel 3a and the performance is bad. Well, are you on Focal or on Xennial? Because Focal has some great improvements there that I am not really sure how those would be providing a bad performance. It depends on what you're doing. So if you, for example, have Waydroid running in the background, of course, it's going to waste performance as you would expect because you're running two operating systems. Okay, so you are on Focal. That means that either something is wrong with the installation or something, or something else I can't come up with. I would like to, if we can talk about it, if you join the Pixel 3a group on Telegram for UBports Ubuntu Touch. So I'm more than happy to help out here, but the bad performance on the Pixel 3a is not something that I know of. Pretty much any Pixel 3a user might be able to say the same here.
On my side, performance is not an issue.
Yeah, it depends on what scrolling is stuttery. For example, the drawer is very smooth, even though it has blur enabled. And so just saying scrolling is very stuttery is not specific enough for me to take a look at this. Yeah, it's quite vague.
Yeah.
But the RePowerD and what I do have in store is changes to RePowerD that ramp up the CPU frequencies and the number of cores whenever you touch the screen for 3 seconds, or you touch the screen and it keeps the performance up for 3 seconds, and then it slowly falls back to power saving mode. That is something that you can look forward to, because it would probably solve those issues if they're basically natural causes. Are there more questions? Do we have more questions?
Or if anyone here has something else to add, Mohammed, any comments?
I have a question for Mohammed.
Yeah.
I have a question to Mohammed, actually, and that is, how did you actually end up here in UBports land, so to say? What's your ambition here? How did you get here?
You mean like initially?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a long story. Well,
you have 24 minutes.
Well, initially I started, I started in the pandemic days. Ancient phone, Huawei P8 Lite. Nobody told me it was the bootloader wasn't going to be unlocked. I got it unlocked somehow, got YouTube booting on it. Mm-hmm. And then, well, that's the start of it. I stuck to porting for a while, then slowly got into the OS bits, and now, well, I'm here. That's basically a shortened version of it. It took, 5 years, I guess.
Okay. There we go. Great.
It's been pretty fun being around a community.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
I also see another question here. I mean, I would like to. Oh, there we go. When will we get when we get cups working? Will we be able to ship that without blowing up the root size? Probably, yeah. Just imagine setting up the device the first time around and setting it up in a way that includes cups from the Snap Store, or an after installation type of setup where cups just gets downloaded as Snap and it can be configured with the system settings.
No, I think we lost you for a couple of seconds.
Who? Me?
You, yeah. Alfred.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, in principle, yes, it would be we will be able to install cups after the first setup, probably, because you could just fetch it from the Snap Store. But shipping that it wouldn't be possible to ship it with the rootfs right now, since that would at least also blow up the rootfs side. But an after or a post setup step where you can just fetch it sounds doable.
That's good.
All right. Do we have more questions?
Another.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry. We're too many monkeys clicking the same button. What would it take for a non-dev to port Ubuntu?
Yep. I think we lost Alfred, or at least audio. So what will it take for a non-dev to port Ubuntu Touch to a new device? The Zenfone 9 or 10 seem interesting, but they are Helium 12 or 13. I guess.
I'd say the porting method used nowadays for devices above Helium 9 is much easier than the older porting method that we used to use, the full build system one. So for the current, we do have Helium 13, although there's only 1 or 2 obscure devices that have been used for it. but if you do need, maybe it'll take a week or two to get it building, and then you have to just get it booting, test it, polish it up. Initially building it will be quite easy because all it requires is the kernel source from the manufacturer, which I believe ASUS does release it. So if you have that, you're set, and it should be quite easy for you to get it up and running.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a journey, I guess.
It requires
can be
commitment.
intimidating, I will say. Sorry?
It is a commitment. You need patience for porting. It just doesn't happen in a day or two. It requires proper dedication to it.
Yeah, it's a time of patience and trial and error. Oh, damn, my mouth is trial and error. But yeah, it's doable. It's just that you need the patience to try it, make mistakes, and say, okay, what's the next issue I have and how to overcome it. We have, of course, a good documentation that gives the basics, but yeah, it will not be an easy journey like a weekend of work or something like that. It will take time to achieve it. And it means also that this specific device, you will not be able to use it for some time. So yeah, but it's totally doable. We have some stories from people that were not developers but were comfortable enough with Linux that tried it and managed to port their device. So yeah, totally doable. We have a lot of activity in the chat. Alfred had a complete disconnection. He has lost a network and not sure he will be able to join back, but we will see. Future will tell.
Any more questions?
I see. Just going into what I just said and what you said too, is that from what I've read, yeah, it's just a commitment. You just need it. You need to have the will for it. Do we have another question? Okay, we have also a specific warning regarding the Zenfone. Yeah, the one important step is that you need to unlock the bootloader, because we cannot do this with the bootloader that the device are shipped with. Yeah, and it was also rephrased by Fustin. Bootloader unable to unlock is a showstopper. Yes, that's it. Okay, I guess that's it. So thank you, Mohamed, to join us today, because yeah, we weren't sure that Alfred will be able to attend. He was able to be there with us for some time, so that was great. Thank you, Alfred, also, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. And bye-bye. Mohamed, last words. How for you?
I'm sorry.
You have the final word on the show today, please.
Okay, this is hard.
You can just say bye if you want.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.